Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, very good. Welcome, everybody. It's 3 o'clock, and thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me for Travel Talks. I'm Diane Cook, the owner and principal travel designer for 7 Seas to Sea Travel. I specialize in not so routine travel adventures. This week, my guest, Eileen from MedSea Yachts, is actually a transplanted Canadian for part of the year. We were just chatting, and she is so personable. I can just see us spending time out on the deck together, talking like old friends, and what a delight. And we were just comparing temperatures as well. I mean, here where I am, it's about 27 Celsius right now, and humid, and where Eileen is, it's about 23 and no humidity, and she had me at no humidity. So, I am so excited to bring MedSea Yachts to you to have, just give you an idea of different things that are available, and you may just, let me know what is ringing true, and is this something that you would like to consider, and we can definitely bring it all together. So with that, Eileen, I want to just thank you for being here, and please take it away.
Well, it's my pleasure. You can hear me okay?
Yes.
Fabulous. Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen because I have a little bit of a presentation, so I will do that now. Hopefully you can see a big blue screen.
Yes.
Good. All right. There's our dolphins. Okay. So yes, as Diane mentioned, I'm Eileen from MedSea Yachts. We are located in Turkey, and I'm actually physically in Turkey right now, and I'm on our larger yacht, and she's called MedSea ES Canada. So you can see our wheel behind me, so I'm actually on the yacht. There are 2 owners of MedSea Yachts, myself and my partner, Cengiz Selçuk. Cengiz is from Soyut, so the home port. I'll talk about that a little bit more. So he is from here, and he's a very experienced captain. So he is the captain of MedSea ES Canada, and he's been in the yachting industry for many, many decades. And he's been an active captain, and the key there is active. So he has been active as a captain for over 30 years. He's been in the yachting industry for most of those years, and he's got some extensive experience in being a yacht captain as well as a professional captain. So he holds 2 licenses. One is his professional yachting, and the other is a license that he can actually be first officer in cargo ships and cruise ships and that type of thing. So he's got a lot of experience. As a side business, we actually do yacht deliveries as well. So if somebody calls us and needs a yacht in a different place within Turkey or another country altogether, they can talk to us and we can see if we can deliver it for them. He's done a number of those. He's delivered yachts to the Maldives, to Malta, to Lebanon, to a number of places. So he's got quite a bit of experience in that. And sailing the 7 seas. He sailed a lot of seas, Diane. He probably has knocked off a lot of the seas that you're talking about. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My previous career to this was as a vice president of information systems for a North American firm. So I didn't have much yachting experience when I got here. And but in the last 6 years, I've gained a lot of experience just being here and being a part of it. During that 6 years, not only have I learned about the tourism business here and yachting and being a sailor, but I've also been fortunate to do one of those yacht deliveries, which was taking a yacht from Malta to Turkey. And that was quite the experience. We had a lot of fun on that. So I think between the 2 of us, we bring a lot to this company. Our partnership brings, the business experience I had, a little bit of the technology, but he also brings so much from the tourism and the yachting side. So our company, MedSea Yachts, was incorporated in 2014. And in 2019, we built a restaurant and villas here called, the restaurant is called Kechibuku, and the villas are MedSea Villas. They're both located here in Soyut. 2021 will be our 7th sailing season. So this is our village of Soyut, which is a beautiful little seaside village. It's a great Turkish village. You know, the village here is still very quaint and very Turkish. It hasn't been overrun by a lot of tourism and that type of thing. So that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. We're actually located down here in this part of the village over here. So we've got beautiful views. This is Symi in the background, Symi, Greece as well. So we're very, very close to them. This is just kind of an idea about Turkey and where we are. So we are this red dot here, and you can see we're very close to roads, and Symi is right here. And then you can kind of get a bearing from where Istanbul is as well. So this down here is called the Turquoise coast of Turkey, or they call it the Blue Cruise or the Turkish Riviera, just because of the waters here are just exceptional. They're clear, they're blue, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Here's just another little map to show you where we're located here in Soyut. And then Symi is here and Rhodes is here. And we're about a 45-minute drive from Marmaris, which is a common place for a lot of people to come and vacation. Now I'll talk just a little bit about COVID, the thing that we're all fighting to get through, and hopefully it will leave us soon. We have been certified by the Turkish government under their Safe Tourism and Marine Tourism program. So in this process, we're in the process of crew vaccinations and all that type of thing. The Turkish government prioritized the tourism industry to kind of bump them up in the vaccination schedule, so they can kind of bypass the age restrictions that we're now have here. We are listed on there. This is the website if you want to look for yourself. We are listed there, and if you search for MedSea, you'll see both of our yachts here, MedSea Aegean and MedSea S Canada, and you can see that we're certified. This is a very in-depth program that they come to make sure that we're doing all the cleaning practices and all the practices that we're following. Here's our certificates for the two boats. Interesting, the normal cleaning practices that we've had in the past have always been a priority, and it's been extensive both weekly and daily. You'll see our crew every day cleaning the boat, but every week as we change over our customers, we literally scrub this boat from top to bottom. So decks, all the linens are changed, both in the back lounging areas, the sunbeds, inside, everything. So we already do a very extensive cleaning anyway. We keep multiple weeks worth of linens on the boat too, so we can change them at any time. Yeah. The other thing that we've done is we've added a new I always have trouble saying this, antimicrobial nanotechnology disinfectant spray. And it's an organic one, and it's water-based, but it lasts a long, long time. So that's sprayed throughout the boat as well. So we kind of go at it from a few different directions. This particular one doesn't have any harmful chemicals in it. It's antibacterial, antifungal, and an antivirus product. So it's very good. The crew and the staff all attend the government courses for in the tourism industry for hygiene and all that that area. And then we've also just adapted to the tourism guidelines that they have given to us as well. So, you know, for us, the Turkish Coast Guard last year, for instance, because we were sailing during the summer, the Turkish Coast Guard would actually come and board us periodically and check on to make sure that we were doing things the way we should be doing them. And the same thing happened for our restaurants and villas, which was fine. We welcomed that kind of spot check for us. The one thing that's become really interesting is these vacations have become very, very popular because you are kind of isolated and you're not in the big hotel chains or the big cruise ships. So we've been getting a lot of interest since COVID that people, rather than even just having 1 week, they're now asking for 2 and 3 weeks to come and sail with us. Now here's an example of one of the beautiful locations that we go to. Sailing the Mediterranean. So let's talk about our yacht charters. That's the fun stuff. Let's leave that other stuff behind. So in Turkey, we have different yacht classifications. They're economic, standard, luxe, or they call luxe, and VIP, and then you get your mega yachts. So our particular yachts fall into the standard, which is our MedSea Aegean, and the luxe or the luxe, which is kind of like the luxury boats. Each of those are pretty self-explanatory, and obviously the pricing goes up as you change to a different classification. And so this is one of our yachts, MedSea Aegean. She's our smaller girl. I'll go into some detail. And then we've got MedSea Canada, which is the one that I'm standing on right now. So MedSea Aegean, here she is. She's 24 meters, which is about 80 feet. I don't know if we have any Americans on the call. And it's a traditional Turkish gulet. It's got 6 cabins and can accommodate up to 12 guests. Both of these boats that we have been built locally in this area. So very close to here, Bosburn and Marmaris. So they've been built by local craftsmen here, which is absolutely fabulous. And I love wooden boats. I don't know. I didn't know I loved them as much as I do when I got here. So this is, and both of these boats are motor sailors. So as you saw, Canada had her sails up, but we do actually motor as well, because they're so heavy that it would take us a very long time if we were only sailing. So yeah, so we do both. So this is the aft deck of MedSea Aegean, our other gulet. So this is our dining area. There's a lounging area in the back. Obviously the dining and lounging, you can see at greater detail there. The forward deck has the sunbeds, as well as a little lounging area, which is nice. This is a great area for evening cocktails, to sit out and watch the sun go down, and just have, or when you're sailing, as you're moving. This is a fabulous place because it's right at the very front of the boat. So it's one of my favorite places on Aegean. We have 2 master cabins, as you can see here. All of our cabins have ensuite bathrooms, washrooms with toilet, shower, and sink. And then we have 4 double cabins as well. And then obviously we have a kitchen and crew quarters as well on board. Both of our boats have 2 navigation areas. So this is the fly deck on Aegean, and there's also another navigation area for the captain in the salon by the kitchen as well.
Do you sail at night too, or you park at night?
You know, usually we dock at night. We very rarely. We do every now and then. We will sail at night, depending on a few factors. Like we have some groups that want to go to a certain place at a certain time, so we will accommodate that. But typically, we're always anchored for the evening. And I'll go kind of through the typical day on board and talk about that as well, so you kind of know what we do or what a typical day is. It can change, yeah. So MedSea Canada that we're showing here, she is 30 meters or 100 feet, and it's a ketch Turkish gulet. We have 8 cabins on board, and that accommodates up to 16 guests. And you can welcome aboard. And this is, I'm back by this wheel right now. And there it is again. So again, we have our dining area on our aft deck, and we have a large lounge area on here as well. So this is a fabulous place to relax and watch time go by as we're sailing. Obviously, the table is very large here, and our meals, so we can accommodate a lot of people around the table. This is our sunbed area. So unlike Aegean, we actually have an elevated sunbed area, this is again a great place to, as you're sailing, to see where we're going. The other nice thing about this is a great place to sleep at night, because you're sleeping up there, it's dark, and the stars and what you see is just absolutely spectacular. Yeah, that's that. So then we'll move on to our forward deck. So again, there's a little sitting area up there. This is a sitting area in the very, very front, and then we have another little sitting area back here for with some tables or with the table and some chairs around it. Our inside lounge is quite large. It's actually larger than a lot of Gulets is. This is kind of a funny thing because we don't use it very much. Most people are up on deck enjoying outside, so they don't typically, it's not used. But if we have charters in the early season or the late season, It sometimes gets used a little bit more if it gets chilly at night or something like that, which is very rare. We also have tents around the back of the Goulet as well. So if it's windy or rainy, which we rarely get, we can close those too. So we have another big room in the back. Yeah. So on MedSea Yachts Canada, there is one master cabin. It's a very, very large cabin on the aft deck. We have 5 double cabins. Again, they all have ensuite bathrooms with a shower, toilet, and sink. And we have 2 twin cabins on board with 2 single beds. Here's just another example of the cabins.
Just stunning.
Yes, yeah.
That wood gleams. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, we have a very extensive maintenance program every year. So not only is it a maintenance program, just to, you know, when we do upgrades and all that type of thing, but the varnish program here is unbelievable. We seem to varnish and then we varnish again and then, oh, we need to varnish again. So it's hilarious, but yeah. Our sailing season, by the way, is April to October is our typical season. However, we have sailed in March and we have sailed as late as November. So, you know, that's, we can be flexible with that as well. But then the boats usually come out of the water sometime in November or December. And there we are with our sails up, sailing away. So now I'll talk a little bit about the routes that we go on. So all of our journeys start and end in Syut, which is our home port that I showed you on the map earlier, and it's very close to Marmaris. The Turquoise coast is probably the most popular route that we have. It's absolutely stunning. The number of bays that there are and little coves on this route is amazing. There's so many. So that is beautiful. Plus the fact that this particular route on this side of Marmaris is not very busy. So it's another reason why a lot of our customers like to take this route, because you don't see a lot of other yachts in the bay with you. Yeah, and we have some beautiful little villages that we go to. Bosburn is a great little village. Dacia is beautiful. Larima Bay, for instance, that's got some very, that's a bay that's was used for many, many years. Many attacks on roads was started here. So it's got a lot of history. It's actually quite interesting. Yeah, and this is also known as the Carrion Trail around here as well. Now, another one that we go on is what we call the historical Turkey. So again, we start in Syut and we head over to a little island called Gemlir Island. And it's a fascinating island. It's 6th century ruins that is on this island, but it's very beautiful. And then from there, and I hope you can see the side, but we go all the way to Kekoa, which is a 1st century ruins, and it's got a beautiful castle. And then we also will do a side trip, if you like, that takes you to the birthplace of Santa Claus, or where Santa Claus started from before he moved to the North Pole, of course. The other thing that we do is we do sail into the Greek waters. So again, we start in this particular one, we do the Turquoise coast of Symi, or sorry, Turquoise coast of Turkey plus Symi, Greece. And this is very, very popular because a lot of customers are able then to see both countries, a little bit of both. So it's very similar to the Turquoise coast that we talked about, but in this one, we would leave from Dacia, go over and spend a couple of days in Symi, and then come back in and finish in Syut. We also do the southern Dodecanese islands of Greece. So the islands that we mostly visit are the Dodecanese islands. This particular one we sail and we go to Symi that I talked about before. We then go over to a little island called Niceros, and Niceros is probably my favorite island that there is that I've been to. And it's a volcanic island. So we take our customers there and we can actually walk down into the volcano, and that's the steam and it's hot and it's all kind of fun. So it's an interesting thing. And then we move on to Tilos, Alki, Alamia, and these are all very small islands and they're not very touristic. So they're just very quaint little islands. And then we move on to Alamia, which is it has been everybody was forced out of there during the Second World War. The Germans actually forced everyone out, and then it was never populated again. So it's got a lot of history on there as well. They used to hide submarines there, I believe. So interesting. The other one that we do is the northern Dodecanese Islands. So that goes north. We leave and we visit the Knidos, which is a fabulous ruins here in Turkey. And then from there, we visit the island of Kos, Lemnos, Leros, and of course, we go to Patmos. And for anybody that knows, Patmos is the island where Apostle John wrote the book of Revelation. So it's got a lot of history there too. That island, there's a lot of people that take a pilgrimage to that island. So a lot of religious significance to that island.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are our typical routes. For private charters, if somebody books a private charter, then we can actually create the route. That's the nice thing. We can be flexible with that. Our cabin charters, which is a little bit different, those we have a standard route. And the difference between the private charter and cabin charter is the private charter, you rent the entire yacht just for yourself and however many guests. Cabin charters, we run a few times a year. And those you can, they're great for solo travelers. They're great for a couple that maybe just wants one cabin, or a small group of friends that maybe wants 2 or 3 cabins, and they can join us. In fact, we've got a cabin charter that's starting on Saturday. And so we've got a group of people coming. So we're excited about that. We can hardly wait. And then we'll talk about our crew. We've got a fabulous crew. So both Gulets have a captain on board, as well as your own chef and sailors. So the sailor number depends. So it can be 2 or 3 sailors on each Gulet. So they're there to take care of, whatever you need. I sail on MedSea Canada, so you get a bonus. I assume it's a bonus. I'll let you decide that if you come join us. But I'm here I'm a sailor. I actually am a working sailor on here, but I also am here for hostess with the mostest and make sure that your trip is well taken care of. And again, I said my partner Cengiz is actually the captain here as well. Each Gulet has separate crew accommodations, so you don't have to worry about that. And we take great care to select our crew. Our crew is very, very important to us. And I think it's one of the things, obviously, that makes us successful as a company. We need to make sure that they are well trained, obviously, for our customer safety and the safety of the yacht, but also just to make sure that our customers go away. Sorry, there was a boat beside us. It's nighttime. I was wondering if he was coming in this close. We also work with the local high school here. They have a marine program. So we actually take students from them, and they will come and work for us kind of as a summer student program. And the captain then teaches them, and they go through a whole program. So it's kind of an interesting thing. You'll find me in the kitchen doing homework with them so that they're learning English and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's an interesting program. We've had many. We've got, I think, 2 with us this year as well. So that's great. And then the captain is always happy to pass on the wisdom to the young crew. And you can see here they're doing some of the traditional Turkish dancing. He was helping them to hone their skills a little bit one night when they were here. Now, let's talk about the food. I don't know if anybody knows about Turkish cuisine. I certainly didn't when I got here, but it is known for its delicious taste and the presentation of the food. It's absolutely fabulous. Our chefs, and sorry, there's a loud truck going by. I hope it's not too loud for you guys.
Okay.
Our chefs are from the Soyut area, and this area is known for having spectacular chefs. The restaurants in this area look for Soyut chefs. So we're very lucky. All our chefs are from here, and they're very, very good. We have a lot of fresh local ingredients that are actually grown in this area, and some of them even from the Keçibuku gardens. So we have different gardens throughout the village that we bring some fresh vegetables here.
Nice.
We cater to all dietary needs. So whether it be gluten or if there's any allergies, whatever. We had one group on that was an extreme vegetarian, like they would only literally eat vegetables. And I tell you, they left happy. So once they left happy, I thought, you know what, we can handle any dietary requirements that come to us. So yeah, so that's great. Our cruises include breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we also have afternoon tea as well, which we have a little snack usually with our tea or coffee. We also include water, soft drinks, beer, and wine as well in our cruises. And then the captains actually will grill your evening meal usually, unless we're in a port or somewhere we can't do it. But here we are, or the captain is grilling some lovely fish for dinner. And then there's water sports always. So these trips you can be as active or as relaxed as you want to be. This particular one, this is interesting. If you see these two fellows down here, this is actually quite deep water that they're swimming in, but you would think that they were in just some very shallow water. This is a good example of just how clear and beautiful the water is here. When you're here, we have both Gulets have canoes and stand-up paddle boards as well as snorkel equipment that you can use. And MedSea Yachts Canada also has some motorized water sports. So we can do water skiing. We have a jet ski on board. We can do the little tube rides, wakeboard, that type of thing. These, the non-motorized are all included in the price, and the motorized water sports are an extra charge as well. They can be done on a per usage rate or weekly rate or whatever makes most sense. So now I'll talk about a day on board. This is the exciting part. So we wake up and we maybe enjoy a pre-breakfast swim. We'll enjoy a traditional Turkish breakfast, which is tomatoes, cucumbers, olives, cheeses, breads, eggs, preserves, that type of thing. So very healthy, but very delicious. And then we might go for another swim before we leave. And this is interesting. This is a cave that we actually were in. It was kind of fun. And this is an octopus that was being my friend one day.
Is there a minimum age, Eileen?
No, there really isn't. I mean, we have sailed from 6 months old to 96 years old on the boats. So yeah, there's really no age. It's really, you know, obviously if younger children come, then their parents have to make sure that they're well taken care of, which has never been a problem. And the yachts, especially MedSea Yachts Canada and AGN, the stairs and that type of thing are very easy to accommodate. There's not any real steep stairs or anything like that. So it doesn't matter. Obviously wheelchair might be an issue for us, but yeah, every other problem is usually fine. So in the afternoon, after we've had lunch, then we usually sail somewhere for some entertainment. So it might be to a village to do shopping. It might be to one of these areas. You know, this is Gemlir Island. This is close to Dembry, where I said Santa Claus was from. And this is actually the island of Niseros, where they've got some octopus hanging out for the evening. This is one of the islands that we go to that the Virgin Mary actually is reported to have come here and enjoyed this island many years ago, obviously. But we go and look at that. That's MedSea Yachts Canada that we're looking at. And this is us in Symi. Symi is one of the most beautiful ports I think that there is. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then just another one of the beautiful bays that we go to. You can see the beautiful waters and that type of thing. And all these bays, there's, you know, little walking tours you can go on, or just swimming or whatever. Some guests obviously like to get involved with the crew duties, pulling up the sails and that type of thing. And the captain is always happy to give some navigation lessons. That's one of the little guys that come and sail with us every year. He's quite the little captain, that one. I talked about before, oh, and of course, we've had some great yoga on board, and then there's shopping boats that come around as well. So you can do some onboard shopping, which is all kinds of fun. And then getting ready for our evening dinner. And again, like I said, being able to sleep under the stars is a beautiful thing to do if you want to do that. Now, I talked about it a little bit before, I jumped the gun a little bit, but our private charters and our cabin charters. Private charters, as I said, rent the entire yacht. You can customize the itinerary. Pricing is determined by the month of sailing, so low, mid, high season, typical thing, the number of guests, the yacht, and the route. That's how we determine our pricing. And then cabin charters are priced per person, and it's based on double occupancy, but we do have single supplements that apply if we have solo guests that want to join us. And they're very reasonable because I used to be a solo traveler all the time. And this is a limited number of weeks. Like I said, great for solo travelers. One or more cabins will work great for you. Included in our pricing, as I talked before, sailing, crew costs, port fees, taxes, your meals, beverages, and non-motorized water sports. So the things that are excluded are airport transfers, alcohol, the spirits like whiskey, vodka, that kind of thing, motorized water sports, gratuities for the crew, airfare, personal insurance, an e-visa for Turkey if it's required, depending on what country you're coming from, and land adventures. So for the most part, we're pretty all-inclusive, so you don't have to worry about having to spend too much money once you're here. Another side of our business is we do actually, these are not our yachts, but we do have so many colleagues here that occasionally we get requests that somebody would like to come on a motor yacht or rent a sailboat, a bareboat charter, that type of thing. So if there's anybody that is interested in that, we can actually source that as well. We can do everything from the mega yachts if you are interested in spending over 100,000 euros a week to something a little bit smaller. We also do land adventures. So if you're interested in seeing a little bit of Turkey, which I always suggest to people, we can accommodate you and get some land adventures organized for you, either pre or post or both, and do a little bit before and a little bit after. When we put these together, it's quite nice because we include pretty much everything except for meals. We don't really include here, except for some breakfasts during the trip, but includes airport transfers, your private guide fees, entrance fees, hotels, flights within Turkey, and land transfers. So, you know, we actually will arrive so if you fly into Istanbul, for instance, and you want to see Istanbul, we'll come to the airport, pick you up, and take you to your hotel. We'll arrange the hotel, everything for you. And then you can do maybe a couple of days of a land tour in Istanbul. You'll have a private guide, English speaking guide with you the entire time. Our guides are fabulous. They're not only are they knowledgeable, but they're very nice people. So they stay with you the entire time. You can maybe then move to Cappadocia, see Cappadocia, maybe Ephesus, Pamukkale, Konya, you name it, we can make that happen. And then they come and deliver you to us. So they bring you to me, and then you get to sail with us for a week, or the opposite. You stay with us and then you go with them. So we really take care of everything, and it's a one-stop shop. So you know, you don't have to worry about being alone anywhere, that we're with you the entire time. We can do anywhere from one guest to, we've had over 20 guests that we've done land tours for. So size really doesn't matter for us. It's the same with the Gulets as well. You know, we can accommodate 12 people here, 16 people on S Canada, 12 people on Aegean, but we've had times where we've had 36 people. So we actually will bring in a third Gulet and we will sail the three together. So it actually works out quite nice. So the other thing that we have is our restaurant here. So it is called Keçi Buku Restaurant. It's located in Soyut. We're often asked what the name means, Keçi Buku. And what it means is Keçi is Turkish for goat, and Buku means the place of goats. So this is kind of an homage back to Genghis's family. That's where the place where the restaurant is right now is where their family used to keep their goats many, many decades ago. So that's why we named it that. And yes, we have goats. They are adorable. I didn't know how much I loved goats until we had some of our very own. So we had 6 babies last year, and this is just some of them that were with us. They are characters. I had no idea. I had no idea that they had such great personality. But they've certainly kept my attention during this whole COVID time. They're great little animals. Now we'll get back to the restaurant. We'll talk about that. It's a seaside restaurant, and it has a dock or jetty and a beach as well. Our customers can enjoy dining at the restaurant or out on the jetty or on the beach. So it's got some great atmosphere. It's a lovely place to enjoy an evening dinner or an afternoon at the beach. It's full service. We have umbrellas. We have obviously some lounge chairs, that type of thing. We also, as I said, have the dock for mooring. Obviously, our boats are located here for when we're in port, but we have other sailboats that come in and they can enjoy all our services, and we give them some free water and electricity, and we've got laundry and showers and all the fun things that the sailboats might need. And we also have obviously some things on the beach that they can do, the water bicycles and the swim and just enjoying the seaside. So there's always plenty to do. And there's a couple of our chefs. And as with the boats, our chefs at the restaurant are also all from Soyut, and they are absolutely fabulous. And we offer a full menu at the restaurant, mezes, all kinds of fish, octopus, shrimp, calamari, you name it, we've got it. Most of our fish around here is caught by local fishermen, so we actually support this industry here a great deal in many different areas. Some fabulous fish and calamari. Our calamari is very well known. It's so tender. It's amazing. It's absolutely delicious. The other thing that we have is MedSea villas. So these again are located in Soyut. They're just about a 5-minute walk along the seaside. They're just inland a little bit. There's 2 villas that we built in 2019. Each villa has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. They have a living room, kitchen, 2 large balconies. So we can accommodate up to 16 guests in both the villas. So we have a lot of people that actually come and stay at the villas post or pre-cruise. And it's a nice way to be able just to get here and settle and then be ready for your cruise when we leave on the Saturday. In the Soyut area, it's kind of, as I said before, we're on the Carrion Trail. So the walks and the scenery in this area is absolutely, sorry, a bug just flew at me. Is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. You know, and there's all kinds of things to do in this area if you're interested in nature. The other thing that we have in our business is MedSea Marine. There's Genghis, he's doing the Calafati. This is actually on MedSea Yachts Canada when we were doing it this year. So we will help. We have a brokerage service. So if people are looking to buy or sell yachts, we'll help them. We do yacht deliveries that I talked about. We'll help other owners with winter storage, maintenance, renovations, that type of thing. So it's kind of a nice fit for us because we obviously do all these things as yacht owners ourselves. And that is all about the MedSea Yachts group of companies. You know, our goal at the end of the day is really to provide the best customer service that we can in each one of our businesses. It's important to us. And really our success has come from repeat customers and word of mouth business, which I am very proud of that we've been able to do that. And that, I think, is about all I have right now.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much. And I love this picture because we have a glimmer. There's a glimmer on the horizon when we can be traveling again and we can start to think about it. And I can't wait. And I know so many people are right there with me. And I just love your concept. I love that you can charter the ship and just, you know, have friends and family traveling together. So many people I've talked to have, you know, family reunions that they've, you know, missed, and they want to make sure to, you know, do it well when they do it. This is a perfect solution. And thank you for really letting me know, you know, you can bring in a third yacht if you have to. And like so many different, you're so flexible, really, you know, and that is huge. So when I have many people that, you know, tell me Greece is on their bucket list, I will definitely remember this and bring you into the mix for sure. So I thank you so much for your time, Eileen. And because we're a small group, if anybody has questions, you can unmute yourself and ask them, or you can always send me an email and I will get you the answers. But thank you again for joining us today. And I appreciate you spending this time with me and together. So you have a wonderful rest of the day and rest of the week and long weekend. And thank you so much, Eileen.
Thank you for inviting me. I enjoyed it.
Excellent. Thank you. See you next week.
Take care.